Fstoppers.com has teamed up with Elia Licardi to create Photographing the World 3, the ultimate photography tutorial on all things landscape and cityscape photography. You're watching the behind-the-scenes series on the creation of this full tutorial, and if you'd like to learn more about the full product, head over to fstoppers.com/store. We had finally wrapped up shooting in Italy, and it was time for us to head to Dubai. But before we left, we wanted to try one last authentic Italian pizza.
That was not good.
How do they do this?
So that was one of the worst meals we've had. But somewhere in here, this. I've been given access to the lounge, where Elia claims I can get a shower.
Showers, beds.
And I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna document it.
We boarded our flight to Istanbul.
Look at this, Istanbul.
This is my favorite airline lounge in the world.
Favorite airline lounge in the world. Lounge Istanbul. It looks like a nightclub. Like, they almost should just have... Lee, can you go stand in line over there?
Just so everybody knows, Elia only has one ticket, and I gave it to my best friend, Patrick Hall. I'm gonna sit out here with all the poor people.
Let's go see how it is.
You can email them and ask for a room. They'll get you a room here if you have 4 hours or more.
This lounge had to be at least 20 times bigger than any other lounge we had ever been in, and anything you could possibly want, they had there for you completely for free.
And I told Lee I gotta go take a shower, so I'm gonna go find it. I think that was the most fun I've ever had in an airport. Lee, you gotta do this on the way home. This is amazing. Food's great, shower's great. Every drink and alcohol and anything you want here.
And then we got back on our next flight to Dubai. We finally made it to Dubai, checked into our apartment, set up the computers in the server, and then we were ready to hit the town. We have actually been to Dubai before, but I don't feel like we really did everything.
We only went to one of the food courts instead of like all 10 of them.
We are going to do every single thing that we can to have fun while we're here. I want to live like a tourist. Our first stop, the Dubai Mall.
After leaving Italy, this is like the Mecca. We got Mexican food, Burger King. I mean, there are just so many options here. I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna get Thai food. Thai food's my favorite. How was the burrito? Really good? No mall would be complete without a cheesecake factory and a dinosaur. As an American, I'm really sorry for this. That makes me laugh so hard. When you see our behind the scenes, you probably think, oh my gosh, the life is so glamorous, they get to do all these cool things. But the reality is this is what our life looks like most of the time. Time-lapse after time-lapse after time-lapse. And the reality is, you guys probably only see half of the time-lapses we even film. So, I guess that's what we're doing today.
This mall is unbelievable. Unbelievable. This mall does not have ledges. I don't think they want people putting drinks down or putting camera tripods down, but their bushes are excellent for tripods. So there's all this debate whether you're supposed to leave the plastic cap on the DJI Mavic, and people say, no, of course not, it's just for protection. But look at their ad here. It actually shows it flying with the plastic cap on it. So now, what do you believe? Are you supposed to take it off or not?
We're flying ours without the cap, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're flying without the cap and everything's working great, but I don't know why they would make it clear if you're not supposed to keep it on there. You know when you're bored of shopping and you're just like, hey, I really want to go ice skating at the mall, and I want it to snow while I'm doing it.
I do not feel in control.
So Patrick wasn't very good. He just went back and got himself a little walker, penguin walker. He is now getting in trouble for having a child's thing, even though he literally paid for it. Now, you may think that an ice skating rink in a mall isn't that crazy, and you'd be right. It's really hard to show you how crazy this mall is, just how big it is, how many stores there are, how many restaurants there are. But this is not the craziest thing that you can do at a mall here in Dubai. You can also do this. I don't know that it's really sunken in yet that I am in a shopping mall in one of the hottest countries in the world, snow skiing.
Here comes Lee.
So here's the Tgi Fridays where people can eat and watch you bust on this crazy lift.
Woo, and we're off.
Not only can you ski here, but we also bought tickets to do this.
Last run of the day. Should we get some hot chocolate?
Let's do it, bro. Let's go.
Right now, I'm about to go take a picture with a penguin. I hope this turns out well. So I thought Ski Dubai would be kind of lame overall, but I would definitely recommend coming here.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed.
Pretty impressive.
Of course, the fun couldn't last forever, and maybe snow skiing in the desert brought up some red flags with our bank. Bank of America has shut down our credit card, and
After living like Duballers for like 2 days.
yeah, and the problem is that Dubai blocks all voice over IP accounts. So like FaceTime, Facebook message, Skype does not work.
They're all blocked?
They're blocked. Even with the VPN on, it will not call via Skype. So I don't know what to do. Maybe we can call on Elia's number. When we got back to the apartment, Elia reminded us that we were actually in Dubai to do work, so we headed off to shoot the first lesson. Elia, where are we heading right now?
We are heading to the tower in Dubai.
Saw that coming. So Elia doesn't even want me to tell you the name of the building that we're going to.
So everybody always wants to shoot this place, and the only way you can do it is if you know somebody who lives there.
Luckily, Elia had a friend who could get us access to a quaint little apartment on the top floor of the building.
This is a vacant penthouse on the 73rd floor of the Index Tower in Dubai.
This is a $12 million penthouse, and here is the view. I'm starting to get a little shaky. This place is actually very, very big. There are like 4 or 5 different balconies. So now I'm going upstairs to check out this view.
I'm going to mount this GoPro on the outside of this wall.
But I mean, were they official?
This piece of glass.
They were official nighttime.
And hopefully, we don't have any issues.
So this is why you always have to have the safety cable. Look at that. Dangling off the side of an 80-story building. Oh my gosh, I killed somebody down there. After rescuing Patrick's GoPro, we started shooting the lesson.
This is a really exciting location here in Dubai. This tower is called the Index Tower, and right now I'm standing somewhere around the 70th floor. Now the 70th floor may seem high to you guys, but I'm staring at the Burj Khalifa, which is somewhere around 140 floors. So even at this height, we still have many towers that are above our altitude for shooting.
All right, so I'm doing a day to night time lapse here. This is very important because we can't come back here and redo it if I mess up. So I have two identical cameras, and I'm going to do two different types of camera settings here. With this one on the left, it is actually going, you can probably see in there, it is taking pictures. I have this one set to ISO 200. I'm locked in at f16. But then I have it set to auto shutter speed. For this camera, I have it set to full manual mode. And right now, it's a little overexposed because I know it's going to get darker and darker and darker. I could set it for day, then I could set it for dusk, and then I could set it again for night. And then what I can do in Premiere is grab each of those different videos and blend them together. So I can do a crossfade. When we got back to the computer, both Patrick and I agreed that we liked the full manual shot.
I have to say, that sunset exceeded my expectations. The sky lit up beautifully, and now we're approaching the end of a beautiful blue hour as well. Just like I thought, we're gonna have some really nice frames of the peak of sunset, beautiful colors in the sky. We're gonna be able to blend that with different stages of blue hour. One thing that did happen that I did anticipate was the lights from the roads themselves. Take a look at this frame that I captured about 15 minutes ago. Before, when we were looking at that time lapse together, you guys remember that we really couldn't see any of the veins of the streets causing color in the composition. But now on this frame, you can see that taking effect. So I have a couple leading lines on the bottom moving into the frame, and then I have the big angled road on the bottom, not to mention a lot of little roads in the background. Now all of these lights, you don't see them until the blue hour comes on, but you have to anticipate that everything there is either pedestrian walkway or a road that cars drive on. So you have all this potential for not only leading lines that light up, but different colors for those lights as well.
So up here, I'm actually now using the Tamron 70-200 2.8, and I have this on a D750. And what's great is I can build time lapses in the D750. Unfortunately, they're only 1080. So they're not 4K like we had with the D500 before that got stolen. And what I'm able to do is get detailed shots of the city, you know, the mall, the cars, the traffic, the fountains going off. You know, the other lens that we had, the aperture would stop down to 5.6, which would make the grain really bad for video. So the 70-200 here has just been great for nightscapes and telephoto now that we're in a big city that actually warrants it.
But as far as shooting for tonight, I have about 5 more minutes until it's full dark outside. Now, throughout this tutorial, you've heard me refer to this as the blue hour. In Dubai, it's often a blue 5 or 10 minutes, so that window is really small, and I think I've captured it. So the next time I see you guys, we're gonna take all of these frames into post-processing, and we're gonna see the difference between the early blue hour, the late blue hour. We're gonna find the perfect balance of light in the city, and we're gonna try to use some of the best elements of the sky.
After wrapping up our first lesson in Dubai, we decided to go out and celebrate in a location that you might not expect for the Middle East. To learn more about the full tutorial, head over to fstoppers.com/store and stay tuned for next week's episode when we get special access to another rooftop. I keep feeling like I'm about to fall off this thing, and then look at this edge here. Oh my